Hello, welcome back to the little interview series, and today I've got Ben Ellis with me. Dr. Ben Ellis from ETH Zurich, so welcome Ben.
Thank you very much.
And Ben has worked on Yellowstone, and Yellowstone is, it's always a hot topic, and I'd like to quiz him a little bit about that. Ben, you happy with that?
Absolutely.
Oh, that sounds great. Could you give us just a very short summary for those who are not fully familiar with the Yellowstone system? What really constitutes the individual, the makeup of the Yellowstone system?
So Yellowstone, as we see it today, is a fantastic place full of geothermal features on the Yellowstone Plateau in Wyoming. And this has been active for about 2 million years, but this is just the most recent manifestation of activity, which is from a much larger igneous province. So the volcanism which is associated with that province has been ongoing for the last 17 or so million years.
Okay.
Some people suggest a bit longer, but everyone agrees upon at least 17.
Right.
And the province started with huge outpourings of basaltic lava across sort of northern Oregon and Washington state from a series of dikes which go along the Idaho-Oregon border.
Okay.
These lava flows are of enormous volume, so total volume is about 250,000 cubic kilometers, which is an almost unimaginable number.
That is certainly, a rather unusually big number, yeah.
Yeah, so this is this system is the most recent large igneous province, as it were.
I see, yeah.
And the basaltic component of the system is stacked up in cliffs which are 700 meters thick.
Whoa, I see, yeah. Whoa, this is certainly voluminous.
Yes, yeah, so this style of event, these large igneous provinces, are those styles of events which have led to mass extinctions in the past, in other periods of Earth history.
I see.
So following this initial outpouring of volcanism, and most of this basaltic volcanism is erupted in a very short window of time, which seems to be a typical feature of large igneous provinces, on the order of maybe 1 or 2 million years. Then we have a smattering of silicic volcanism, which is kind of like a series of calderas which are kind of like proto-Yellowstone calderas, but these are spread over a very wide area, so hundreds of kilometers in direction. Then about 12 million years ago, 14 million years ago maybe, the silicic volcanism becomes very focused along the path of the Snake River Plain, and in line with sort of the motion of the North American plate, tracks along there through Idaho and up into the current state of Yellowstone, which began about 2 million years ago.
Ooh. This is fascinating. I was not fully aware of all the connections, but what has caused this change from this basaltic event to the more silicic event with caldera-style volcanism? Is there any ideas about that?
So it's a little bit contentious still about the ultimate origin of the volcanism, but one idea is probably the main idea at the moment is it relates to hotspot-style volcanism, where the initial sort of plume head or so is what provides the most volume of the basaltic system, and then the plume tail is what's providing the sort of semi-stable linear progression towards Yellowstone.
Oh, I see. Okay, the plume tail, right. There's also subduction in the region. How does that play in? It gets rather complicated.
Yeah, the western US is quite an interesting place because there's a lot of extension going on as well at the same time. So there's the subduction of the proto-cascades is going on at the same time. And so the Farallon subduction has been going since 30, 40 million years. So this area has been sort of volcanically interesting for a long time.
Wow.
So the idea is that there are varying geophysical models for this, but somehow the plume is managing to sneak through the subducting slab either via a tear or some sort of window in the slab where it can.
I see. Okay. And can you see the subduction component in the chemistry, or is it a plume-dominated chemistry?
Certainly, most of the chemistry looks very much like it's a plume-style system. So particularly the noble gases, the helium isotopes, for example.
Right.
Although there has been some very recent work from Jake Lowenstein looking at the origin of helium, and he suggests maybe some of this helium is from sort of thermal maturation of the crust. So it's crustal helium being released.
Yes, I read that paper. He had, at least in portions, quite a lot of crustal helium coming out of the rather well, old country rock, and yeah, that was interesting. But I wanted to come back to large eruptions, not so much to the crustal recycling, which I'm sure is an important process here. But the felsic volcanism, so some of the eruptions have been rather large, and people use the term supervolcano for some of these type of eruptions. So do we have any risk for more of this style of eruption from Yellowstone? Particularly now, modern society is very vulnerable to such events. What is your take on that?
Yeah, certainly we can't rule this out. In the Yellowstone, so if we do kind of two ways of thinking of the problem. So one of which is take Yellowstone, just Yellowstone, and we have a record of 2 million years, and we have 3 relatively large eruptions. Or we can take the last, say, 10 million years, which gives you a much longer record.
Okay.
And if we look back further in the record, and this region remains seriously understudied, so it would be a great project for somebody to do this.
Right.
As we understand it at the moment, the big eruptions were going off every 300,000 years ago. Every 300,000 years, sorry. So in that period of time, the frequency of super eruptions, as it were, appears to be sort of twice what it is today.
Okay.
So it seems like as you pass on to thicker craton, then the frequency of big eruptions is decreasing. So some people have suggested that there's a paper from Catherine Watts suggesting that Yellowstone is a dying system.
So potentially we as humans in our generation are not really at risk, and our children probably not as well, but ultimately large eruptions can still occur.
Oh, absolutely, without doubt.
Even though the system might be lowering down, but even a medium-sized eruption from Yellowstone is probably still kind of a concern. So,
but it's also worth keeping in mind that sometimes Yellowstone makes big eruptions, but mostly it doesn't.
Okay.
So maybe there are 3 big eruptions, but there are 60, 70 small effusions of rhyolitic lava. So
right.
In these sort of long quiescent periods, you get little time periods where a few lava domes erupt. And these
I see. And are these little eruptions the ones that build then up towards these bigger scale events, or are they rather unconnected? Like in Indonesia, some people argue that for Krakatau you have a trickle of mafic or semi-evolved magmatism that then collects and preconditions the crust until a large system has built up, and then you might have a large super scale eruption. Or
yeah, it's very hard to make that link at Yellowstone because we don't have. So our group has been looking at trying to understand the record before the last super eruption. So we have the record since the last super eruption, but obviously we don't know what happens next. When we have the record with the super eruption at the end, we can look at see if there's any hints as to. And our results so far suggest that in the record of the lavas that we can find, there is not much hint of a forthcoming big eruption.
Okay.
Now I should nuance that by saying we suffer from the big eruption, right? So much of the record that we would like to see has been destroyed by the fact there was a big eruption.
Which is the age-old problem of incomplete data in our business. So yeah, but okay, in case of an upcoming medium or to even large-scale eruption, how long would we have in terms of warning time? How much would the volcano give us? When would it tell us that we are in the wrong place?
Yeah, so again, typical for geology, this is a bit of a tricky business.
This is why I'm asking you.
So from the petrological data, so the group at Arizona State with Kirsty Till has done a lot of diffusion chronometry. The diffusion chronometry suggests that the last perturbation to the system seems to be happening decades to hundreds of years before the eruption of the lavas. So it seems like the changes that are happening are on sort of human timescales almost.
Right.
And whether those changes would or should be manifested in geophysical or geochemical measurements of gases or so.
One would think that the changes like this would be recorded and that the system would be physically more active, your seismicity would go up, your heat flow would probably change, and you would be able to pick this up, and with potentially decades, then we should have the time to do something about this. So I have 2 more short questions. if such a medium-scale eruption would occur these days, what would be the immediate consequences from the first few days to maybe years after the eruption? Can you say a quick word about that?
Sure. For the biggest eruptions, and these are the ones that Yellowstone either produces sort of these lava flows, which have very little consequence regionally, or the bigger eruptions, which are in the hundreds to thousands of cubic kilometers.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have those style eruptions, then the biggest eruptions, sort of the density current deposits, would be devastating, kind of tens of kilometers diameter from the volcano,
Mm-hmm.
tens to hundreds of kilometers, and then the ashfall will be distributed across most of North America.
Would society as such, as some people in some doomsday scenarios predict, would society as such break down? Do you think the consequences would be that severe?
From its current state of almost breaking down. No, I'm a bit more optimistic than that. No, I think humans are quite resilient. So I think that the problems will be there. So traffic.
We wouldn't be the next mass extinction then.
No, I would not think Yellowstone would do that.
Well, I really hope so. So my very last question. Some people, I think it was NASA in fact, have suggested that potentially we could actually calm impeding super eruptions down by drilling into them and letting the pressure off. What do you feel about that?
I wouldn't try it.
I feel personally rather skeptical about it myself.
But when it's happened by accident, it hasn't triggered eruption. So in collapse,
I'm aware of that, yeah.
So
but
I don't think it stopped the volcano.
I think the scales are not quite right. But I mean, who knows? Let's be open-minded. But I think you need a lot of drilling, and it's not the place I would want to go when everybody else moves away.
Absolutely.
Anyway. Well, thank you very much, Ben. It's been a pleasure talking to you about that. So thanks for coming, and thanks for sharing your knowledge with me. Bye-bye, and all the very best. Hope to see you soon.